What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to round two, Power Hour on this beautiful Wednesday, August 13th. Just getting the links sent out, listening to some music while I was doing that, letting you guys hop in here. Let's see. We are live across platforms. We got some people rolling in. What's up, apps? You got the crown for for YouTube first. Go ahead and get some links thrown in here before we even do the disclaimer. Let's run it. Let's finish strong. Watching from work. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's Wednesday. What's going on? Let's run it. What's happening, chat? What's happening, YouTube? What's happening, Kick? What's happening, X? What's going on across the board here? Good afternoon for a second, anyway. Yeah, for a second, number one. Yeah. Oh, I got you. Power Hour. Let's run it. All right. Guys, before we jump onto the charts, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. We said trading is risky. Most traders lose money. For entertainment purposes only. Make sure you read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Let's hop onto the charts, see if we can't make some money trading NQ in this 50K instant funded account from Top 1 Futures here on Project X. If you want to check that out, that's what I was throwing in the chat. 55% off is ending tomorrow. I hype it up a lot right before it ends. This one's been rolling for a little bit. It's ending on a Thursday, which is kind of random, but it is ending tomorrow. Last shot to grab this one. I don't think we're going to see something this heavy from these guys for another few months. I really don't see that happening. Usually, the big summer deals hit, and then they roll it right back before, Black Friday, Christmas, holidays, all that type of stuff. So I'm sure there'll be some cool promotions in between, but for the most part, 55% off of all accounts ending tomorrow. You want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. You can also use, if you head to the website and subscribe to the email, you can also use code STACK5. You can add those two together for a stupid deal, for lack of a better term. But yeah, guys, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated, right? I stand to make money from those links, that code. So do your own research. Read the rules, right? Hopefully you're a smart human, smarter than I am. You can head to the site yourself, read these things, and say, hey, that's a great opportunity for me, or hey, that's a trash opportunity for me. I want to use that, or I don't want to use that. So we had an all right session trading with, had a fun session, awesome session, trading with Christian Williams, DTA, Decipher the Algo this morning. Unfortunately, took one L after the live. Got long on this bad boy. Did not find any buyers down in here, right? Looking at NQ and ES, we do have somewhat similar structure. NQ was looking a little bit weaker. This is going to be ES, what we were trading this morning. Nice drive at the open. Bullish overall, bullish higher time frames. Asia, London looking good. Pop at the open, and then sell off. Was looking for buys down below this level here, the 930 open. We didn't get that. Have to just sell all the way off, hang out around yesterday's high, and now are kind of chopping back towards VWAP. If we look at this on a daily, just out of curiosity, yeah, a little, maybe we turn this into like a hammer. We sell off into the close. I don't know. Little pop above, and then just kind of a small candle. Didn't get follow through to the upside. Looked like we were really just going to be pushing today, but we did not get that. Going to be trading NQ here today into the afternoon. Scalping. I've had some really solid results here on NQ, both in the pre-market trades that I've been taking. The pre-market, I'll classify them as two things. Pre-market, 5 a.m. swing trades, that's what I'll call them. And then scalping, not high frequency, but scalping NQ, a little bit more zoomed in on the 1 minute chart. Really after the open. I'll probably start watching it during the open just because I've been having so much fun with it, but it's a little bit dicey trading NQ at 9:35 a.m. It's usually pretty volatile. You can get cooked pretty quickly. But yeah, so like for example, Simple trades on NQ that I've been taking. I mark out Asia and London high. And then I will set limit orders to sell above and buy below and run those bad boys back towards VWAP. I'll run a nice positive risk to reward. Today I ran one to $1,000 in profit in the 50K account. I posted that one in Discord. I'm going to try to build a little bit more buffer in these bad boys, so I'm really not worried about that like consistency rule right now. But they've been paying pretty nicely. It doesn't always happen, right? You know, sometimes last week we had a lot of these just drive right off the open where we're going to break that overnight high, Asia, London high, and just push right to the upside. So I'd be filled short, for example, and we don't come down at all. We just pop to the upside. But yeah, pretty sweet, easy way to trade. You know, it doesn't always set up. Sometimes we're sitting right at VWAP. We don't really have a move back towards VWAP that presents a nice risk structure. But been paying pretty nicely, so I like to talk about it. Outside of that, scalping on NQ, pretty discretionary, intuitive. I do enjoy doing that, and that's what I'll be doing here today. Watching Bookmap here over on the right-hand side. Since I'm streaming through OBS, I can bounce back and forth and show you guys this. Here's what we're looking at on NQ Bookmap. Really simple. We start to come up into areas. I look for little reversions back down to other areas of liquidity, kind of like maybe we're about to see right now. That line up with price action, right? So there you go, coming into some liquidity right there, sell orders, and then we sell off, right? You know, this stuff isn't rocket science. You can see these patterns repeat themselves. You know, that's not a huge move, right? We're talking like maybe 5-6 points. But some of that stuff can be helpful within price action, right? Within price action itself. On the side of price action, excuse me. So this is what I run on the right-hand side. Again, Bookmap is an order flow tool. We have price levels for NQ right here. Quantity of orders on the book. You can see this stuff on a DOM. Bookmap isn't magic. There's nothing super duper special about Bookmap. I just like the way that it creates a historical map of liquidity, and then I can zoom in and out really nicely, see it easily. The way that it displays everything as a heat map, and then cumulative volume delta is pretty nice as well. ES, I run it much more zoomed out, but we're really not paying attention to ES here into the afternoon. So let's see what we got, chat. So again, for NQ overall on this, we sold off here. Now we're chopping around overnight low. I don't know if we push to the upside or if we sell off into the close. I'm thinking maybe a move back to VWAP. But I'm going to start looking for some small scalpy style trades here on NQ. With one mini running a 200 point, right around a $200, $250 max risk per trade. So that's going to give me 40 to 50 ticks to work with. Discretionary on closes, right? Doesn't have to be a one-to-one for me to look to grab profit. Definitely does not have to be a one-to-one for me to look to grab profit. Really just price action scalping. Wait for some consolidation, kind of like what we got going on right now. And catch some back and forth movements, grabbing some liquidity above and below. So we'll see what we get. Took a couple L's yesterday scalping for Power Hour. Had a really nice run so far for Power Hour, right? Just objectively looking at my results, scalping NQ, been pretty solid. Yesterday, finished off an absolute trash day of trading, right? Made a video about it, talked about it on Power Hour yesterday. Straight L's, short bias into all-time highs, which was just not a great move. But sometimes I'm going to take L's, you know, that's going to happen. $600, $800, loss limit. That's kind of going to be the max amount that I want to take. You have wins, you have losses, right? Took a $600 loss this morning, took a $1,000 win this morning. Let's see what happens into the afternoon, right? Maybe it's an $800 loss, maybe it's an $800 win. Random distribution of those wins and losses. You don't know when the win streaks are going to come, the losing streaks are going to come. You collect data. You make sure you have a nice positive expectancy. You're creating something that's going to generate a little bit of an edge in the market, and you just look to collect data, improvise, adapt, improvise, overcome, continue to improve. That's really all that trading is. I've overcomplicated it for a long time. Many people overcomplicate it, but it doesn't have to be that complicated. You get better every day. But what's up, chat? Good afternoon, David. What's happening? YouTube, what's going on? Bro, was there any news around 15 minutes ago? around 15 minutes. I don't know. I think we had Trump talking today, so just had wild stuff today. What's up, bro? What's up, Trading Dream Team? What's up, Rajito? What's up? We duck racing. We are duck racing today, guys. We are giving away Top 1 Futures Elite Challenge accounts towards the end of the stream today for Power Hour. Honestly, I completely forgot to do it this morning. I had somebody on stream, just completely forgot to do the giveaway. I actually had something loaded up on the right-hand side of my screen, and we did not do a giveaway today. So we will be giving away 25K Elite Challenge accounts from Top 1 Futures today. If you hang out, I'm not going to tell you exactly when we run it, but towards the end of the stream, right? We're going to see if we can't get some trading in first. Let's see, little sweep to the upside. Do we just start to break out here? Initial trade thesis could be to fade this, just for a move right back down towards this overnight low level that we've been hanging out, trading this little trading range right here. Stop loss way out here if we start to sweep to the upside. Take a quick L. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to look to take that. We just took a little bit of liquidity at 33. If it gives me another chance, I would have liked an entry at 33. So if it gives me another entry, we get a little pop up here. I'm going to take this.
Order filled.
I'm going to take a short from up here, guys. Get started with a little short trade. Trading this little consolidation here. We swept to the top end of this range. This candle's looking a little dicey, but I would have liked to get this filled at 33. I'll show you why on Bookmap as well. Lines up for me. We had two nice little levels up here. Again, I'm really zoomed in on this. Two nice little levels of liquidity. Little bit of orders on the book. We had that fill, started to get a reaction. If I had been paying a little bit closer attention, I would like that to the downside right here. So I'm kind of just taking that entry a little bit late here. Whether or not it plays out from here, that's out for debate. But we got a little bit of consolidation. We got some liquidity down here towards the low end of this. We didn't really sweep the lows. We didn't come down and sweep the low end of this consolidation. We kind of just put this nice flat bottom in. So I think a pullback down here and to just take this out, even if we're going to move higher, that's the pattern that I'm trading towards. Do we have to get it? Don't know. Don't know. Well, the answer is no. We don't have to get anything. Will we get it? Don't know. We're going to find out. So I'm short for 23.99.33. Stop at 23.943. Take profit at 23.923. Just want to see if I want to keep everything there. Like I said, this is traditionally a negative risk to reward. I look to either market out or limit out, grabbing profit as I see it. The $200 risk and take profit that gets thrown in there, I got to have something on there to start with, or at least I like to have something to start with, and then I kind of work with it from there. But low risk on these accounts, right? We're talking $200. Able to take multiple L's before calling it a session. Let's see. We got ES back at VWAP. Ooh, yeah, this is looking pretty different. Just scrolling out on ES real quick to get a feel. Oh yeah, we are right at VWAP. This could be dicey. I don't like this structure on ES as much. Again, I'm not trading these. Yeah, here's the pop to the upside. I could see it over here. I'm gonna take a stop. Pop to the upside. This looked dicey here on ES for sure. Oh, I got slipped on a nice positive one there. This looks dicey on ES, right? So we came back up to VWAP, we sold off, and now we pushed right back through. This looks like higher lows into VWAP where we want to blast through like we're doing right now. NQ, what I'm trading is still down below VWAP. Little pop to the upside, starting out with an L, 184 bucks. Actually, not a bad fill, right? I had a $200 stop loss in there, so some positive fill for $15. Can't complain about that. Let's see if we have to dance back around. I was looking for a little reversion, continuation of this little consolidation. If I'm going to take a stop, that's how I want to take it, on a breakout, right? On us pushing in one direction and just not continuing to consolidate. So let's see if we continue to push to the upside, maybe around that prior day high level, around VWAP for NQ. I wouldn't mind looking up there for something. Let's see. But hitting the sell button again and getting cooked. I don't know. I don't know why I don't know why I can't take this thing off my chart yet. But not yet. Not yet. Some levels on Bookmap up towards that 950, back above, looking at that prior day high. So let's see. Let's see what NQ's got for me. Otherwise, maybe we just got some more frustrating trading for the week. What's up, Brian? What's going on? Trader Julie Kate. Got my first payout coming, 2,500. Biblical. Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah, big dog. Love to hear it. Sup, all you people. What's the duck race? New to the stream. The duck race is just a random giveaway for Top 1 Futures Elite Challenge accounts, or whatever account we're giving away. That's what the duck race is. It's just a random giveaway for some prop firm accounts. Really has nothing to do with anything outside of being a giveaway. So far we wicked up, pulled back down. Let's see. Do we just keep this big back and forth choppy consolidation here? We might. I'm thinking we come up here to prior day high, so I'm liking a long on a pullback down here. I don't really have a good way to structure risk without going outside of this all the way down here, and it's a little bit more than I'd like to take on. I want to see if we sell off a little bit further down, kind of to the middle ground of that consolidation. Unfortunately, I was short from right here. We got wicked out, and now we're coming right back up, or right back down, rather. But I do like this long now that we pop to the upside. Maybe we trade like the 30s. Looking at this long, guys. Looking for a long. 3:01 p.m. Eastern. We got a little bit of time. You know, if they both start to reject up here, we could head down towards the lows overall. But so far, this looks like just kind of choppy consolidation. Coming out of this on a really zoomed in, price action level, I could definitely see a continuation of the upside after pulling back down here. I wanted to get a little bit better entry. There we go. There's a push down here. Let's see what happens. Do we come all the way down and sweep this low? That would be pretty sweet. Just wait to start to see what happens here. Ooh, that's pretty aggressive. One more dip down, maybe before a pullback up. There's my take profit getting hit, my initial short take profit getting hit. Or do we really sell off aggressively here? I don't think so. I think we pop right back up on this. Let's see. Yeah, not looking too bad on Bookmap. Not looking too bad on Bookmap. Run this bad boy long back towards prior day high. This really isn't a scalp trade, though. I don't know if I have enough time to do this to hop over to a micro chart. I like this long from down here, but I like a wider stop loss. Damn it. Yeah, NQ might be a little bit too big for me on this. I'm going over to MNQ, guys, so I can widen out a little bit with 200 bucks. Let's see what this looks like.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm going to run that long. I like this. This is an unmarked chart, or almost unmarked. It's an unmarked chart now. Then I made sure I took everything off. I'm going to run this one long. Little wick down below this area. Continuation to the upside. I want to see us come and challenge this level up here on NQ. I have it marked prior day high. If not VWAP. If we start to sell back off on this lower, I think we might be continuing lower all the way down. So I'm running this bad boy long. Tried the short play. Unfortunately, got ticked out before I would have had to take profit hit. Right? Got stopped out. Running this with 5 micros long because NQ is just a little bit too aggressive. I'd like a stop a little bit wider. Don't know that I need it all the way down here, but if we sell all the way back down to this level, I think I'm just dead wrong on my thesis. But I like this long back towards VWAP, really. So let's see. Let's see if we can get some motion here. What's going on? What were we going to say? I have 3,053 in a funded 50K, but want 3,500 so I can have 1,000 drawdown. I would take a payout, bro. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on that comment. 5-minute candle looking bearish. Yeah, maybe. Duck races for people who trade ICT. Yeah, no, definitely not for that. Wolf. So yeah, so here's my thought, right? We got somebody saying that they're eligible for a payout. They're talking about payout, potential. If you have the opportunity to take a payout, in my humble opinion, almost every time you should just take the payout, right? There's going to be a school of thought where you get experienced enough where, the goal is not to just make it towards a small payout, right? That's not my goal anymore. My goal is to work towards live accounts, get rewarded in the sim environment by taking payouts on the way, but to build a larger buffer to work towards a live account, right? Where you can maybe scale and take even larger payouts. Sure, you can copy trade your way and take more payouts that way. But up until you get to a point, I think, of, at least taking a few payouts, right? First off, if you're on your first or second one, probably not, the right move to start to scale. For the most part, most people should be taking a payout quickly. That's what I think. As it becomes available, because I've heard the horror story 10 too many times where I was eligible to take a payout. I didn't. I wanted more, or I wanted to build a bigger buffer. I didn't want to kill the account, or I didn't want to risk losing the account, or whatever it was, and you run yourself back down to the ground, right? The money's not real until it hits your bank account. It's all fun play, sim, monopoly money until it hits our bank account, right? So, in my humble opinion, if you are available, if you have a payout that you are eligible for, you qualify, you hit all the rules, take that payout, man. You could always reinvest. You could always come back stronger. I'm not saying you should be taking a payout and killing an account every time, or intentionally leaving yourself no room to work. But unless you've taken, quite a few payouts and you've built some consistency, it doesn't really make sense to leave risk on the table in any one account, and not take $2,500, for example, right? Or worse, like $5,000, some people, because the risk is that it goes all the way back to zero, and unless you want to take that risk on, it makes sense to take the payout. So again, I'm not saying for everybody. The goal should be long-term. You should be looking for, that live account. You should be looking to make more money and be able to scale, right? And be able to grow. And that involves not taking a payout and building a bigger buffer. But where are you in your own trading journey, yourself? And that's personal. It's up to everybody. But that's kind of my thought process. I've heard that story told by prop traders more times than I can count. And it's enough to make you sick. I had X amount in the account. I wanted more. I didn't take the payout. I wanted a bigger payout. I wanted to scale the account up. I wanted to whatever reason for not taking a payout. And then you run the thing back down into the ground, or you run it to a smaller payout. So take a damn payout. That's the goal. That's what we're all here to do. And then again, maybe you take, one payout and okay, you don't leave yourself a lot of room to work. You lose that account. You take another payout after building maybe a little bit more buffer, maybe not. And then you go, okay, I'm nice net green here. I'm making some money. Now I'm going to make a goal to scale this account up before I take a payout. Now I'm going to look to make, 5,000, 7,500, 10,000 in the account before even taking that first payout, right? Leave myself a big buffer to work and work myself towards live with a maximum allocation, right? But make the goal easy first, right? Achieve the small checkbox first of taking a payout in the first place, right? You want to get funded. If you're not trading instant funded, that's usually the goal. Trade a challenge account, get funded. And then the next is to become a paid out funded trader. You've made it to a payout. Very small amount of people ever do. And then from there, it makes sense to start to scale up. So depends on where you're at, right? Maybe you've taken, a dozen payouts already and you go, yeah, I've done that already, Zach. Now I want to build, a buffer. I think to me, it makes sense if you're going to do that, which I'm looking to do in these, in really all accounts now. I'd like to make it to one payout in the straight to sim funded pro accounts because the drawdown trails until you take a payout, but those are not looking too good. So we'll see how those make out through the rest of this week into next week. But with the 50Ks, I'm looking to scale them. I'm looking to scale them, meaning put a larger amount in the account before I take a payout. I'll have a big buffer to work with, be able to trade, reasonably, have a lot of room to work, take another payout, and then, maybe you take 2 or 3 payouts before you're considered for live, or maybe even earlier, right? Because you've scaled it up so much. And this is nice. And then you are kicked to a live account and you have a lot of room to work. You have the max allocation, right? That was some momentum coming into this market, guys. I think we either continue on that candle or we turn right around and reverse down. I'm tempted to add on this. I think I'm going to. Let's take a look. I think we either pull right back down and come through this low, or we continue to the upside. So far, we're reversing right back down, but I liked that. If we come back through the high, I'm going to add probably like 3 contracts and then tighten up. We continue to push to the upside. The thesis is, is starting to shift. If we do this again and we come back down through the low, this is an invalidation point. I don't need it to come all the way down here. We just chopped around up here, so I wanted to leave room for a sweep lower before a continuation up. But if we do this, right, just price action patterns, if we, do this right now, we push to the upside, the invalidation point is now here. I want to continue all the way, or I want to be out right here, right? So I can increase the size of the trade and keep risk consistent by dragging it up. So that's my plan. We do have some liquidity right here at the 17.5 on NQ, just a little dip down into no man's land. Let's see. Nah, we got orders up above, man. Come on, this looks good, NQ. Go and grab them. We got a ton up above. 25s and the 17.5s to the downside have it. Maybe one more effing wick down here before we continue to the upside, but I don't know that we sell off into the close. So anyway, let's see. We're talking about payouts, talking about prop firm payouts, right? Oh, here we go. Hang on, guys. Hang on.
Order filled.
I'm adding into this. I'm adding into this and tightening up. How far do I want to tighten? Let's see. Hang on one second. Added into it. If we come back down through these lows, I think I'm going to clip it. I want to see us break out to the upside right now, continue through the 40s, and then potentially the 50s, up near where my take profit is. We come down lower, I think we are selling off down to this this area here. So let's see. I'm in 8 micros long. Let's go, man. Nice push to the upside. Otherwise, we come back down through this low. I think it's going to be a tag out. It's going to be a sweep to the upside and then a continuation lower. Let's see. There we go. Now we got a low motion. We got to come through these 40s though. Come on, bro. That's my real technical terms here. Come on, NQ. Got some liquidity right above. I want to go see us pop that. I don't want to get tagged to break even, so I'm not going to go break even. I'm going to accept risk if we come right back down on this. That's the risk of not going stop loss to break even. Yeah, this looks good. Growing CVD. ES is kind of climbing through some liquidity to the upside as well. 40s could be a problem. There we go. We're through the 40s. Really not continuing here. Selling right back off on every little bit of these levels. Come on, man. You got to go and run. No, I'm going stop loss to break even on this, plus a tick or two, guys. I don't want to be in if we come back down. I need to see it go. We're getting too much of a reaction off of levels like this. So here was the 40s. Like I said, 40s could be a problem, right? Why? Not picking out a random number. We grabbed liquidity there. We got some more above, but we could easily revert here. So I'm stopped to break even plus a tick or two. I think we could easily go up and grab this and then this and then this, but it's time to take off, right? If we come back down through the low, which it looks like we're about to do, here comes the stop at break even. We come back down here and hang out more. I don't have faith in the trade. It's not a scalp anymore. So that's my thought. That's my thought process. There we go. Let's see, can we get some motion here? Can we get some motion in the ocean chat? Pushing to the upside. Not a whole lot. There's our 40, coming up on our 40 ticks here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to watch these 45s here, guys, right here. This could be problem number 2, if we even get to it. We got some sellers stepping in right before. If we even get to it. Now, we could blast right to the 50s, but I would really like to see us come through this and then maybe just grab it right there. We come back down on it. We're not even snagging this that's been sitting here for a while. So not enough for me to grab it for $100 right here. Yeah, we tried to drive higher. We haven't really been sweeping prior bar lows. Tried to drive higher here. I would love to see that nice candle crack to the upside, but we haven't gotten that yet. Here we go. We're gonna try it again. I got a feeling we're coming right back down on this. Sorry guys, I mean to get quiet here. I'm just managing this trade because I'm looking for a close. I want to see us break to the upside. I want to see this nice volatility come in and see a nice snapback above this. But I don't know that we get that. It looks like a pullback down to the middle ground of this before we do anything else. Yeah, there it is. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of motion out of this, right? Got some continuation to the upside. Scaled in, stopped to break even. Can't be too upset about this one. I want to see that immediate push though. This turned into more of just a longer hold than a quick scalp trade, so I'm not super stoked on it. Let's see what we get, chat. Breakout to the upside or... oh, there we go. There's a little bit. Near those 40s, 45s. God, no continuation though, man. Like, we're getting the volatility to the upside. We're trying, but it's so just damn wicky back and forth. Didn't even snap the 40s and the 45s. We got really close. Let's see. Can we get through the 44s? Come on, NQ. Go do your thing. Go do that thing you do. Order filled. I'm going to take that right there, guys. Take that right there. Yeah, it brings me back to break even. I was going to say, it doesn't even bring me back to break even. I'm going to take that one right there. We just started to come into liquidity here that I was watching the upside, like I said. This could be a problem up above. Looks like we might want to go and pop right through towards the 50s, but I'm going to snag it right there. Not let the $200 trade turn into a loser because I'm looking for another $75 or so. There we go. Popping the upside. Nice. All right, no complaints. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get from here. Got at least we're back on direction, right? I got to take the sell button off of my chart. That's what I've come up with today. All right, let's see. Yeah, we were talking about taking profit from payouts. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Let me grab a glass of water. All right, chat. Let's see. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up, Carlos? What's up, David? My 2 cents, take a payout. If you pass the eval once, you can do it again. Have you used tick charts for scalping like this? I think it gives you a little more visibility to make decisions. I guess you have Bookmap. That's similar. I have used tick charts in the past, David. I used to run a 5-minute and 100 tick side by side. Came from another trader that's pretty popular that was using the 100 tick chart on NQ, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I do like the 100 tick chart. For those of you that don't know what a tick chart is, they are not time based. I'm gonna have to zoom way out to get VWAP to reset though. There we go. It's not a time interval. It's a tick interval, right? And what I like most about tick charts, David, is that they tend to really condense areas of consolidation, and they exaggerate momentum, right? So more bars start printing as more volume is traded, right? As more ticks are traded to the upside or downside, and you start to get like a lot of movement really quickly. So I think it's pretty cool if you're like a momentum style breakout trader for scalping. I think they could be pretty cool that way because you can start to get a feel for momentum, right? It shows you similar information. Comparing this, right, this chart against the 1-minute chart, for example. That's what we're looking at here, 1 minute versus the 100 tick. But watch how that displays. You immediately start to get like multiple candles that print really quickly. This is in the wrong spot, guys. As we start to sell off or push to the upside, it can be really nice to feed right into that momentum. So not bad if you're trading momentum, right? I think it'd be pretty cool to look at. We could look at a 100 tick, actually. I wouldn't mind doing it. We could look at a 100 tick and a 5-minute side by side. Be fun to scalp that. But yeah, I used to run a lot of my live sessions used to be and I ran a 5-minute on the side because the 100 tick is like really zoomed in, like you just saw. So I think you do have to have a little bit higher time frame perspective, something letting you know where the hell you are on the chart relative to everything else. If you're just super zoomed in, even on the 1 minute, it's helpful. Maybe over here you run a side by side layout with the 5-minute or the 15-minute, and then your lower time frame chart. I think that could be pretty cool to do. I've got a 2-minute on a 100 tick. Yeah, very nice, very nice. So we were talking about payouts all afternoon. I could not get a move IB low, so I've been shorting the range high. Nice. Yeah, this is a nice range if you've been shorting this. We were talking about I'm on first with top one, but many from other firms. Nice. Yeah. Again, and Trader Julie KTC asked something. Again, we were talking about like taking payouts, building buffers versus not building buffers. I think it depends on multiple things, but a really clear one is your experience, right? Where are you? If you haven't taken, one tiny payout yet, why are you shooting for the $10,000 payout, right? Or more, or, just bigger? Check off the small boxes first and then continue to grow. I think that just makes logical sense, the way that you would do it in a live account, right? Before you trade a really large size live account, you probably want to trade a small one, and then you want to work yourself up from there. Prop firms, I will say, and I've talked more about this, you do have to have that live end goal in sight, because if you start to take payouts from the same accounts, you're going to get called up to a live eventually. And when you get called up to a live, the amount that you have in the account profit, this is traditionally how it works, but how it works at top one, when you get called up, that's your starting balance. That's your live account, essentially. That's your max loss limit. So if that's going to happen, it would put you in the best position, the most advantageous position to have the largest size live account, right? For whatever account that you're trading, the max amount you're allowed to take with you. So it makes sense to scale. So for me, for example, right? Been trading for a little while now. I've taken quite a few prop firm payouts. My goal this year as a whole is live, or just moving forward, not even this year, with prop firms, is to get paid out on the way to a live account, but to set myself up to focus on having one account with the max balance that I'm able to take to a live account, right? So in a 50K account, that would mean $5,000 after taking multiple $2,500 payouts out of that account. So you do have to scale it considerably. If it's a $150K account, it's $15,000, right? You have to scale that account considerably because you got to have $15K after taking multiple $3,500 payouts. That'd be the max payout you can take. You don't have to take the max payout, but that's kind of the thought process there. So different for everybody, And the way that I'm approaching that is I did want to take a payout recently in the 50K account because I like to just know what's going on. I like to know the payout speed. I wanted to see kind of where everything was at just from a personal point of view. But going forward in this, my game plan in the 50K accounts is to scale them. Scale them meaning build a larger buffer than you would need if you just wanted to take the max payout. Hence me putting $1,000 in one of the 50Ks today when if I wanted to take a payout as soon as I hit the profit target, $3,000, I would need to meet the 20% consistency rule. And I would be over that based on what I did today, right? But that's not my goal. I think the upward limit that I would put on any one day would be around $1,500 because that's $7,500 in profit before you take a payout. And that leaves you, after multiple payouts, with around that $5,000 mark. So again, this is just math, just simple math. But having that goal on the front end is important because it helps you structure risk. What is your game plan? How much are you going to make or lose per day, right? You got to know these things, especially in accounts with consistency rules. And just even what your plan is to do. What are your plan for payouts? When are you going to take them if you make it to that? What is your game plan for the down days, right? How big are you going to let them be? So, Trader Duplicate, when they put you in a live account, you only keep one account and the rest go away. Maybe one account build a buffer and the other take max. So when Top 1 Futures kicks you to a live account, you are considered from one account, correct? And the other accounts get put on pause. Now, what happens if you get kicked to a live account and blow the account? The risk team evaluates what the heck you did to get in that situation. And then I think they make a game plan with you, right? For the most part, you're not allowed to get to live accounts, blow them, and then come back to the sim and just keep running it up, right? There's a prohibited practice against doing that. But they take, I think, a lot of your trading and stuff into consideration. But when they keep, so, your game plan, if your game plan is to get moved to a live account, right, with max profit, what's the easiest way to do that? Well, individually trade your accounts, look to scale them, right? And then one of them is likely to do well enough to take multiple payouts from it and to get kicked to a live account. If your goal is to take the maximum amount of payouts you possibly can, copy trading, in the sim environment, copy trading makes the most sense. But you are putting all of your eggs in one basket when you do that, right? So that's kind of the thought process. What I've seen guys do well with, if their goal is to get moved to live with the largest amount of capital, which I have not achieved, so I'm not speaking from a place of experience here, but what I've seen makes sense is to trade them individually, attempt to scale them, right? And you'll eventually get kicked on one of them, hopefully, right? That's if that's your game plan. So that's kind of the thought process. But again, first, now this is more advanced, right? Most people never get a payout, let alone make it to a live account. Very, very, very small majority. And it's worth noting that, right? Most traders lose money. Most don't get payouts. Most don't get to live account. None of this stuff. So the first thought process is, should I just be trading one small account? Should I be copy trading it all? When should I take a payout? The goal, I think, starting out for most traders should be one account at a time, a smaller account, right? This way, if you blow it, you have less risk on the line. Working yourself towards that first payout. You check that box off. Congratulations. I really mean that. You are in I know Instagram and social media and X makes it seem like everybody makes $10,000 a day. Almost nobody does. If you make it to any payout, you are in an extremely small percentile. As sad as that might be to hear, that's true. So you check that box, then you look to grow from there. Again, in a similar way that you would with trading a live account, right? You're not going to come in, you shouldn't come in risking $1,000 per trade, $5,000 per trade, right? Why would you do that until you first risk $1 and then $10 and then $100 and then $1,000, right? You scale as you go. Check these boxes off as you go. That's what makes sense. Keep risk low on the front end, limit your learning expenses, and then continue to scale, as you're comfortable. And deal with the psychology along with that, right? There's a psychology with scaling accounts, prop firm accounts, live accounts, trading larger size. It's not easy to know that you have more risk on the line, right? Or that you made it past the payout. you know, and you're not taking it, right? So I think this stuff can be helpful. Again, guys, for the most part, I don't mean this in a true way, and not a, excuse me, I mean this in a just a normal way. Most traders are focused too far ahead. They're looking too far into the future. And your goal should be risk per trade, risk per day, locking up your settings on one individual account with one prop firm, taking it slowly, right? You know, not focusing on the $20,000 payout copy trading 7 accounts, right? You know, or 100 accounts. But as you go, these questions make sense. So, like, I've been in the Discords all the time, and every once in a while somebody asks, like, you know, do you already have a live account? Because they're asking a bunch of live account questions. Or I mean, have you already made it to, you know, multiple payouts? Or no, I haven't made it to any payouts. Well, then, you know, keep your focus on what's in front of you, right? Stay in the lane right in front of you. Once you do that, then start to build out this longer time frame perspective and set your goals. So that's the thought process. Let's see. Yeah, all afternoon. I could not. We talked about that. I requested. Let's see how long it takes. Yeah. Biblical. I'm gonna bet you if you requested today, Wednesday. I'm gonna bet Monday or Tuesday of next week. I don't love to say that, but I'm gonna bet Monday or Tuesday of next week for it to hit rise. What I would say if you're requesting, I've started to repeat this a lot. If you're requesting on top 1, set up a rise account ahead of time. Make sure you have they're taking 72. There you go. Yeah, 72 to 96 hours. Yeah, they've got a backlog, something to do with Rise. I've asked about it. I've recommended they've got to clear it up as quick as they possibly can, get it to be way quicker. But you know, it's unfortunately near a week. Yeah. Already have one. Nice. You know, again, for me, I've been used to that stuff. The prop firm space got really, really competitive. Payouts got faster and faster. But for example, when I've been trading prop firms and my first payouts and, you know, stuff from the future space, you know, around that like 4 to 5 day mark was pretty standard. It's nice that they've gotten really fast, you know, especially if they're going to pause the account. So it's worth noting that. But I'm telling you from experience, from me just taking one, yeah, like a day under a week, unfortunately. So, but I'll always be, you know, I'll keep it honest with you guys. In their Discord, their time frame right now, they're saying 72 to 96 hours, which is 3 to 4 days. You know, you have a weekend coming up in between. That's going to affect it. I want to come back to the chat because you guys are asking good questions, and this is good stuff. But dude, congrats on taking a payout. It's fucking beautiful. Excuse my language. Beautiful. I'm watching this sell off. I'm watching this test this area right here after selling off. Glad I took profit on the way up here. Could have grabbed a little more out of it. I'm looking for another scalpy style trade here, guys, but this is kind of just back and forth, drifty kind of price action. Not exactly what I look for. This was really nice, which is why I got involved right here. I like that consolidation type movement where we start to chop back and forth. I can kind of chop it up in there, but this is a little bit interesting. We've expanded one time to the upside, came all the way back down, swept the lows, came all the way up to the highs, right? Came above this, all the way back down. You know, now do we come back down here, trade the 23,900s, or do we really just chop around here? I don't know that I want to start trying my luck. I'd have to see a little bit more at a book map, and we don't have like super clear liquidity that I would really like to trade to and from just yet. So I'm going to see what happens here. Let's see. David said buying the 933s. I'm buying 933s to sell 940. Looks good to me if we don't make further lows right here, right now. Nice. So David's going to buy a breakout above and sell the 940s. Yeah, I like that. We're starting to consolidate a little bit. I like a buy from right here to right here. A little 40-point scalp just to come back up into this middle ground. I think we might do that before we break out. We did kind of do it here. Here could be a missed trade coming up. Yeah, I'm going to get back over to NQ. That last one I needed to widen out. I'm not going to trade 5 NQ. That'd be a death sentence right there. I'm going to get back over to NQ because I can trade one of these bad boys now that we start to consolidate, right? We start to do this crap. It's not really the play for me. I'm watching the 17s and a half right here. Watching the 17 and a half level. We take that. I'm going to look for a little long right back up into this area. I think we do come back above this high. 17, 23, not, ooh, really aggressive, really, really aggressive. Do I want to buy into that? I'm gonna buy for a quick pop back up. We're either coming right through to my stop loss or we're bouncing right back up here, guys. We had liquidity right here that filled. We almost stopped on a dime right at that 17 and a half when we got there. This is either going to be a quick stop or an immediate bounce back up, fill this wick. Let's see. That's about 10 seconds, so we don't have to worry about the 10-second rule. I would even take this a little bit lower, go for a quick scalpy move. But I think we're either coming lower on this really aggressively right through my stop or we're bouncing right back up. Let's see. Good risk structure. Good risk structure for me. Good entry from where I wanted to wait. And I'll show you this on Bookmap as well. Does it work out? That's out for debate. That's up to the market. There we go. Come on, man. Push. I was getting ready to go stop loss to break even. Wick right back to overnight low. Damn it. A wick right back to overnight low and then a continuation. Dang. That might be all we do before we sell off. Shit. Damn, NQ. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for now. I want to see it turn right away. Otherwise, we're coming through to the stop. Didn't even give me really a chance to go to break even. I'm hanging on to this, though. That's all good. I'm hanging on to this. We got to let trades play out. Otherwise, I'm just going to stop everything at break even. It's 47,000 break even trades. Again, a wick lower here to the 907s. We're coming to the middle ground of this this next area of consolidation. I'm looking for a push right back up, maybe like a sweep above this level. If we're going to come lower, that's often the structure that we get. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I'm going stop loss to break even on this bad boy now. And I'm grabbing it right there. Grabbing it right there. Nice. Nice little W. Let's see. I think we might come all the way back up here into like the 33s, but I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit. That could be all we do, the bottom end of this consolidation, right? Just tap it here. And that's the trade thesis. So just to kind of like talk about what the hell I'm doing here. We're chopping around, right? If I look below price to the downside, first, above this level right here, right? Often we go to and from areas of high volume, right? This is what I use the visible range volume profile for when I'm zoomed out. So we like to come back to these areas to and from. It's also market structure, right? It's just simple market structure. This forms off of price action and market structure. So it is kind of redundant. But on Bookmap, what I use is if we snap to the downside, where do I think we might find buyers? Well, we got a little stack of buy orders right here. Okay, let's see. We're chopping around. I'd like a long back to that area of high volume. We snap right down there. I get long right here. What happens? We find buyers right there. We don't really want to come down lower than that level. We get a little pop back up. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing insane. The low end of this move looks like into the like 16s, 15, 16s, right? And then in a little snap right back up into the 25s. Nothing crazy. Enough to work with, right? Maybe enough to be dangerous. So that's how I'm using Bookmap really zoomed in. Areas of liquidity above and below price, along with price action market structure, right? Price action market structure volume first, liquidity, secondary. So let's see where we go from here. Again, light scalping, man. Nothing crazy in these accounts. It's a high frequency of trades. I got to be able to take a lot of losses to be able to make any progress here. So we're not doing anything too crazy. Let's see. Yeah, we're talking about payouts. Chris on Monday. Discord saying 72, 96 hours. Yep. Haven't got my payout yet. Got you. Yep. Everrise account. I have 333 trades in the last 16 days and 33 at 10 seconds or less. So less than 10%. Biblical. What percent? Oh, there's a nice pop back up. What percent of profit came from those 33 trades that are less than 10 seconds? What percent of your total profit? Because that's not a large percent, but it is a fair total number of trades. And reading that, I would be curious to hear like how much profit came from 33 trades. 33 trades under 10 seconds is a lot. Is a lot, man. Listen, I'm not on the risk team. I don't make these decisions. I always like to preface this. I'm biased because I make money from them, right? All these things, but I don't make any of these decisions. I don't get to see the trading. I constantly talk to traders and hear them out. I do what I can from the outside to listen and to hear and to help in any way that I can. I also get, straight up lied to all the time by traders that reach out to me, which is frustrating. But I'm not saying any of that stuff is true here. So you're laying out some real details. Answer that if you can, provide that info. What percent of the $3,000 in profit or more, because you're eligible on a 50K, way under 10%? Okay. So, if they're like a lot of stop outs and stuff like that, I think you should be okay. If you're way under 10%, you're talking like not a lot of money out of the 3,000 that's under the 10%. That's fine. I think it should be okay, but I would just be cautious in the future, man, because, again, percent wise, it's not a lot, but that is a considerable number of trades, that are under that 10%, 10-second rule. So you primarily don't want to have that happening, and you don't, right? Percent wise, profit and total trades. So, I would just be cautious of that. Even scalping the way that I am here, right? Like I'm going to run into that, but I've already got some mental things in place where like I'm not going to run a take profit soon. If I start to have it happen and I have a couple like $200 W's on immediate like 5 seconds, I got to do something different. And it's just not going to, they're not going to allow it. So I would just be cautious. So sometimes my take profit would get hit before I could swallow. Yeah. And that's why there's leniency, right? Occasional violations, stuff like that's okay. But that, again, just that many, even though percent wise it's okay, that many in general is a dicey play. So I would try to think about how you will not do that in the future, right? It's a clear rule. Again, 33 is not really occasional at all. Again, relative to the total amount of trades it is and the total profit, but I would just be cautious. You don't want to be, nowhere near the 50%. Correct. Yeah, I would just be cautious, man. I would just be cautious with that. You don't want to have a ton of trades coming from it. Trader Julie K, I think they should say what day they're working on and confirm. They confirm they use the first in, first out method, so we help us say working on Friday or whatever day they're working on it. Personalize it. Yeah. I think that would be good. More information, the better, right? I think them giving the estimate of hours, it just kind of tells you, right? Right now they're looking at like 3 to 4 days. So, that kind of gives you the idea of where you're going to be in the grand scheme of things. So, I don't know that much more information is there. But I would just like them to improve it in general, right? I think getting back down to the 1 to 2 day mark would be beautiful. 1 day, same day is great. Again, especially if the accounts are paused, and that's the feedback that I've given. They ran into an issue with Rise that was on Rise's end, and I know that just pushed everything back. So, if you guys are in the Discord, I'll throw the Discord in here. If you guys are in the Discord, I'll update you in the Discord. I'll ask some questions. I'm happy to talk about that. Here's the 100% free trading Discord. I know you're already in there. A couple of the guys that I'm talking to, girls that I'm talking to as well. So yeah. They confirmed they use the first and first method. So starting date working on works. Yeah. I think that's helpful as well. Again, the total estimated time to me tells me what I needed to know, because I asked right when I requested, and it was right on time. Unfortunately, it was long, but it was right on time. So yeah, like we said, I gave you my my 2 cents, where I'd say the right under a week from the time that you request, day wise, which in my opinion is long, right? It is long. Would be nicer to be able to get paid out very quickly. That's important. And I know they're working to get back to that. They were the absolute fastest, and, you know, it's fallen off quite a bit. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see if they can improve that. I would expect over the coming week for that to improve drastically. But I don't want to stick my neck out and say anything that I don't really know. So we'll see. We'll see. Ultimately, it hurts them if they don't get it down. Absolutely. Right? Traders want to be paid out fast. The industry standard has increased. Over the last year and a half, the standard has way increased from 3 to 4 days to like hours, right? Like that's what people are expecting now. So yeah, they have to get back to that rather quickly for sure. Guys, we are 30 seconds away from MOC. I wanted to run one into MOC. We sold off quite a bit. I'm tempted to run one long. I think we blast off for MOC. Gun to my head. Here's the trade. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. It's just, you know, halfway gambling unless I have a nice setup. But here's probably what I would be looking at. That's what I'd be looking at coming into MOC. Market on close, 3:50 p.m. Eastern, the last 10 minutes of NYSE session. So let's see if this would be a stop out or a take profit. But this is what I'd be looking at if I had to take a trade right now into MOC. And I like to just visualize it, right? Even if I'm not going to take a trade, I want to have an idea of, you know, what the trade would look like. Nice. It is a pop. It is a pop on MOC. Let's see. We sell back off, sweep lows, come all the way down. Ran it yesterday. It showed me $200 in profit and then came back to stop me out. I had to take profit similar to this, like a 2-to-1. And I was I long into MOC? I have to go back and take a look. But I remember it flashed $200 worth of profit and then and turned back down on me. So again, not trading it, but here's what we got. I'd be looking for a move back towards VWAP or even higher for a nice 2-to-1. We'll see. We shall see. Chat. Think you know what time it almost is. Get ready for the duck race, boys and girls. Let's see. We were talking about the chat. We were talking about rules. Talking about payout rules. Hi, what's up? What's up, ICT Micro Time? Hurts them. Yeah. No, negatives don't count. Negatives don't count. If you take it, you know, immediate stop out. If you know, drag stop loss up and get stopped out, you know, losing trades don't count. As long as you don't go above 50% of your trades are 10 seconds or gains isn't above 50%. Go back and review what. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. You know, we're talking 10% of total trades and 10% of total profit. I think you're fine. Again, I don't like to be anywhere near whatever the rules are, right? Like I don't want to be towing a line and maybe be having to be worrying about something. So, you know, the rule is a 10-second minimum hold time rule. So that to me says, if you're having trades under 10 seconds where you're taking profit from them, you know, you got to adjust. You got to figure out how to not do that or, you know, look at something else because that's not going to work well for you. But their rule is, if we have to go back, I actually just dropped a video on it. It's in YouTube as well. I talk about it for like 5 minutes because it's this repetitive conversation, which is okay. But my thought process is you want to be under a third for safety reasons, 25 to 30% of your trades and or profit. If you get anywhere near that, you definitely want to change stuff up. And we're not talking about that, so don't think you should have any type of a problem. 33 overall total trades in profit under 10 seconds is a lot in total. You have a very high volume of trades, but you know, we're not talking about a large total percent profit or total amount number of trades, but I would just be cautious with that in the future, right? That's where I'm going to go with it. So, while we're hanging out, guys, watching what would have been a really nice MOC trade. A little bit of a gamble running into MOC. I like to run stuff in if I have things running or if I have a really, really nice setup. Like, let's say we were closer to the lows here or we swept the lows and came back in. Maybe. This wasn't terrible. But I already had a long play off this, took profits, so I'm kind of just doubling down on it. But this is if I had to run something, this is what it would have been. Here's, you know, our 349 candle. That's what I'd be looking at for maybe a 2-to-1 into MOC, right? Higher risk, higher reward. But we're going to get ready to run some duck races. We're going to get somebody a 25K elite challenge account with top 1 futures. Let's go ahead and run it. Form is in the chat. Giveaway form is live in the chat in both Kick and YouTube. If you are on X, there's 54 of y'all on X. I'm going to make you come over for it. Hang on, guys. Twitter. There's a ton of you guys in here. Why you love Twitter so much, I don't know. I find Twitter, X, whatever we want to call it, to be incredibly negative. Maybe that's just my algorithm. I mean that like negative in the futures prop firm trading space, but also just negative in general, where I've seen like a one too many beheading videos, right? Or like, I don't want to watch just police shootout videos all day and people die. That's just not my vibe. I don't know. Call me soft. Not really how I want to start my Monday. But anyway, yeah, I just don't find a lot of good value, like mostly not charts and actual trading being discussed, kind of just like drama, everybody arguing about different things. You know, it can be nice to kind of stay up to date with things that are going on, but for the most part, it's just like super, I don't know, it reminds me of like Facebook back in high school, where everybody would just like talk shit to each other, and it was just weird. I don't really like to do that. I like to like talk to you guys live here, answer questions live. I like Instagram for talking in reels and being able to actually talk to people. X is just like a lot of nameless, faceless keyboard warriors that seem to just yell at each other. And then people that are not keyboard warriors, they have their face on there. It's just also more drama, where nothing really productive coming out of it. So anyway, if you're on X in the live chat, I've got Kick and YouTube. You can come over to Kick and or YouTube. There's 54 of you on the live stream right now. Appreciate you being on there. Thank you. Total, we got a ton of people on here. Total, we've got 166 streaming across the board. Appreciate you guys. More than happy to have you guys come on over to YouTube or Kick. Kick is a live streaming site, kick.com. Real deal Zach on these ones. Form to run a duck race. We're going to be getting ready to give away, again, top 1 futures elite challenge accounts. Only fill the form out one time, guys. Make sure you only fill the form out one time. Don't send it to your grandma, your mom, your sister, your brother. You got to be on here to claim it. I'm going to repeat that one again. You have to be on here to claim it. So if you fill it out and dip, or you send it out to 100 different people and they fill it out and they're not on here to claim it with the right username, you ain't winning. We're running it back. We had that happen, what was it, Monday? We had to run the thing like multiple times till we had actually people on here. So that's the game plan. If you want to check out top 1 futures in general, you don't want to play this game, you don't want a chance at winning an account, that's cool. Link is also pinned in the chat for 55% off. This is ending tomorrow. This ends Thursday. The deal is done, cooked, finito, over with. So if you want to get the best deal, code RDF is it. Better than the email, better than the website, better than anywhere else that you see. Shout out top 1 futures. Let's go for the duck race. Let me get this loaded up. We'll get ducks in the gate as we watch this market. Yeah, almost hit a TP on just eyeballing a MOC trade. Going to give you guys about 5 minutes. Get the form filled out. We will get the ducks in a row. We'll get our ducks in a row, literally. And then we'll get somebody a W on here. I went 1 L and 2 W's, right? That was the power hour session today for a small amount of profit. Not really much to write home about, but not risking too much, so can't complain too much. Appreciate you guys hopping on as a whole. Yeah, the twits. Yeah, somebody said the twits. Wolf, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, the twits, man. I don't know, man. Listen, everybody's got their preferred like social media. Everybody wants to do whatever they want to do. It's cool. I try to like be across all socials because I think it's important for what I do, right? I want to grow my community, grow my reach, have more of you guys on here hanging out, trading live with me, running duck races, provide as much value as I can for free 99. If you don't know, I do everything free. I yap about what I got posted up right here. I'm partnered and affiliated with firms and companies, software that I believe in, that I use myself, and I get paid from that. But as far as streaming, answering questions, talking, providing any kind of value that I possibly can, my community's free. I trade live free multiple times a day now, every day. I've given away probably, can I say over 100 yet this year? I'm going to say at least 50 prop firm accounts this year to you guys free here. So I enjoy doing that stuff. But yeah, Twitter, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just weird. If you guys are on there, you let me know what you think about Twitter. Again, for me, super negative, super like not productive, no real value, just everybody flexing and then screaming at each other and causing drama. But as a whole, the space is hella negative on X. And X itself is just nowadays like the wild, wild west, like hella racist, like very, very violent. Where's the forum? The forum's in chat. You guys don't have the forum? Hang on. YouTube. Forum. There's the forum. Forum is in chat for you guys that are asking. Guys and girls that are asking. Our Discord display or official Discord name for the forum. Your name. Your name. It doesn't matter. Either one. I just got to be able to find you. I could find you with either one. Plays with Fire in YouTube. But we're going to run the duck races. No more forum. Yeah, no. Forum is still live, guys. Forum is still live. I think that would have been a TP coming into the close. Yeah. Oh, my God. Close. Yeah, there's the move back to VWAP. Again, this is dicey, right? This is kind of a gambly move. I like MOC because of the volatility that it provides, and usually I can capture more than like a 1-to-1. I'm either going to get smoked or it's going to be like a 2 or 3-to-1. So I'll probably start running these into MOC with you guys, maybe with micro, so we can widen out a little bit like this. You know, like this is much more than a 40 tick stop. You know, this is double. If I was running $200 worth of risk, this would have to be 5 micros, but you know, that's a $400 W like that. So. But we didn't throw it on, so you can't take credit for trades you don't take. All right, anyway, guys. Market's getting ready to close. Our market's closed, 4 p.m. Eastern. Let's go ahead and get the duck race loaded up. I'm going to give you guys another, say, 2 minutes. 2 minutes chat. Get the form filled out. Appreciate you hopping on. We're going to get somebody an Elite Challenge account. Yeah, we got more people filling it out. Let's go, let's go. We got some late comers. Chat. Kim just made it. Yeah, forgot to put my last name. That's okay. You're okay. Don't worry, guys. I'm not that nitpicky. Listen, like here's the stuff that I'm really gonna be like harsh about, right? Number one, when people hop in and just start asking insane troll questions, like you gotta go, bro. We got too much positive vibes in here. We don't have time for the bad vibes, right? Number two is if you're just trying to like game the system, right? If you're trying to sim farm the duck race, right? We're gonna ban them, okay? So if you fill the form out like more than one time, if I know that you're using somebody else's name, you're having everybody and their mother fill it out, you're filling it out multiple times with different names, different emails. Like if you do that, I'm definitely going to ban you immediately. If you forget to put your last name or, you know, you put the wrong YouTube username, something on there that I could tell you're not trying to cheat, you know, we're okay. We're good, right? You know, we got plenty of second chances for that stuff. The BS... we don't have time for that, chat. We don't have time for that. All right, guys. Last chance. Form is getting shut off right now. Damn, Scott, you just made it in. What happened, bro? Scott C. he must have been slacking off. Alex L, another latecomer. All right. Form is getting shut down right now. Oh my, you guys are still filling it out. What's going on? Come on. Get it done. I'm watching the form. I watched them roll in real time. Let's go. 10-second countdown from right now. 10 seconds. Is anybody going to get it in under 10 seconds? Somebody just got it in before that. All right. We're stopping accepting right now. I gave you more than 10 seconds. We're done. Okay. We have. Damn, you guys are slacking. We have way more people hanging out. I don't know. You guys got great odds compared to the amount of people that are watching. What's Sim Farm? Plays with fire. Do you trade? And if you trade, do you trade with prop firms? And if you trade with prop firms, how long have you been trading with prop firms? I'm curious to answer all three of those questions. Do you trade? Do you trade with prop firms? How long have you been trading with prop firms? Because I'm trying to get a better feel for how much people actually understand what the hell we're talking about. I really would like to know, because I don't know. It's important for me to ask these questions, right? All right. We got, I think this was like 41 ducks, 42 ducks on the line. There's 160 something people watching right now, and you guys are not filling the form out. It's all good. There's less ducks than there are on any individual stream. I don't know. You guys didn't want to fill the form out today. You guys got great odds. Okay, someone said 7 months. Yes, but this is my first time with futures prop firm. I've been trading prop firms for 3 years. Awesome. To the person that asked the question, plays with fire on YouTube. What is Sim Farm? How long have you been trading with prop firms? If you've traded with prop firms at all, if you even know what a prop firm is. I'm curious to hear. To the rest of you that have answered, 7 months, 3 years. Do you know what sim farming is? When someone says sim farming, do you have an idea of what we're talking about when that is? You have a good understanding of what that is? In the hospital, slow internet. Oh, Scott, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Damn, dude. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing okay, Scott. Or you or whoever you're there for does okay. Let's go. Only if the fire is good. I've been trading with prop firms for about 6 months and have taken one payout. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, chat, before we run these ducks. Here's what I'm going to do. Hop in Discord, okay? I'm going to throw my 100% free trading Discord. And I will send a long voice message explaining exactly what sim farming is. And I think I have to do a better job. This is what I'm learning. I think I have to do a better job of explaining what I'm talking about when we're talking about sim farming, churning accounts, rolling accounts, falls under gambling. I'll talk about exactly what that is in detail. I try to toe a line, but I don't mind doing it in Discord. I'll talk about exactly what that is. So plays with fire. I think it's really important you understand what we're talking about when we say that. You've been trading for trading with prop firms for 6 months, taking a payout. Congratulations. Been trading for options for 6 years. That's beautiful. We will talk about that. I'm more than happy to talk about it in Discord. So, in the meantime, duck race. Let's go, chat. 2 minutes on the clock. Last time I'm going to repeat this one before Mystic Rick yells at me again. This is for a $25K, the price of a $25K Elite Challenge account with Top 1 Futures. You got to be here to claim it. If you're not here after the race runs, we're running it again. Everybody, good luck. Go ahead, throw ducks in the chat. Throw whatever you want to throw in the chat. We are off to the races. Best of luck. Ducks everywhere. Ducks, yes. How can I win? You probably missed the form. Maybe you filled the form out. I had the form up for a while. I drop a simple Google form. You get that filled out before right now when we're doing it, and you got a chance to win. There we go. Mad Ducks in the chat on YouTube. David on Kick says, nice odds. You got hella good odds. Great odds. Let's see who is going to take the W. We got a lot of similar names on here. I mean, you guys are... I appreciate the OGs that are on here. We got a lot of you that are hopping on every day. Mad Ducks in the chat. Spamming the chat with ducks. Let's see. 60 seconds in. Should I do the announcing? The racehorse announcing, except it's for ducks. We've got Ali B was in the lead. We got Alex L up top. Kim E The purple duck, Julie G down front. Boeing Van O, the cigar-smoking duck. Somehow he has the endurance. Biblical down on the bottom. David S looking pretty good in about third. Kim E and Boeing Van O. Tarj W, 40 seconds out. David S down on the bottom looking strong. Rob S looking strong. Alex P looking strong. Krasmir M. This is pretty tightly packed. Last 30 seconds. Paris T, the strawberry duck. We got the rainbow, the unicorn duck. Allen taking the late lead. 20 seconds to go. David S and B. Okay. We got some drop off here. We got some ducks hitting stop losses. Kim E looking very strong. Can she hold it into the lead? Oh, no, dropping back. I don't know. Boeing, cigar smoking duck looking good. John M. Oh, man, we got a John M taking the W. Guys, these come from behind wins. These come from behind wins are just crazy. Crazy. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to give you the heads up. We're going to run it again. We're running 2 of these today. But first and foremost, we're going to run it back again. Nobody leave yet if you want a chance to win. John M. Is it JN Irvine? JN Irvine? I'm sorry. I jack up everybody's names and you corrected it. Hold on. Is it? Yes, it's John M. JNRVing. Congrats. Taking the W on this one. Let me mark it. Taking the W. Very well done. Very well done, John. Congratulations. Listen, this is what we're going to do for this one. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do something very special. Market's closed. I'm going to allow you guys, I'm going to allow more people because we had a couple people ask where the form is. I'm going to allow you guys to fill the form out. If you're here and you were not in that last duck race, John M just took it. Don't go anywhere, but I'm going to accept more responses. Go ahead. If you want to get the form filled out, I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Literally 3 minutes. You have to fill it out right now. I'm going to go ahead and throw the form in the chat again. Link is in the chat. Boom. There's the form. If you want in on this next one, go ahead and get it filled out. Kick. Y'all got it again. Also, if you are still on X, there's still a bunch of you on there. More than happy to run this one back. Let's get it going. 3 minutes. You have until 4:14 p.m. We're going to run this one back. Congrats to John taking the W on that one. No, same form. You don't all have to fill it out again. Don't fill the form out again. If you didn't fill the form out the first time, let me be clear, and you hopped on late, you can fill that form out. If you filled it out already, your name's not going anywhere. Chill out. Don't worry. We're running it again. Running it back. Let's go. Let's go, chat. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get the form filled out if you didn't already. I'm giving the latecomers a second chance to get this one filled out. You don't have to fill it out again. Okay, cool. We got a couple people filling it out. Nice. Nice. You see? I'm trying to play nice with everybody here. I'm trying to give everybody a chance. Mark filling it out. Dowd filling it out. You guys are in. All right, guys, let's go. Clock's running. 2 minutes left. Duck race number 2 coming out. I appreciate you guys hopping on. This is fun. Fun to do. Rock on, Duckland. Congrats, John. Yeah, hell yeah. Never saw my duck. Mark 4-footed. I'm sure you're on there, man. Some of the ducks hit stop losses pretty early. Mine came in 3rd or 4th. Nice. Nice. How the ducks. All right, guys, 60 seconds left. If you came late and you want to hop on this duck race, yep, we got a couple of you guys hopping in. Go ahead, get the form filled out. Don't fill it out more than one time, please. Still hella good odds. You guys don't. Not a lot of people wanted to play today. That's cool. Better odds for y'all that are on here playing. All right. Let's go, guys. I'm going to give you like 30 more seconds. 30 seconds if you didn't fill the form out already. Last chance. Get it done. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's go. Stopping responses to the form right now. Okay. Chat. We have an updated duck race ready to roll. We have 2 minutes back on the clock. The ducks are in the gate. Let's get ready to run it. Again, for you guys that hopped on late. Neo, when's the marble race coming? Yeah, marble soon, Neo. I'm sorry, bro. I had a very busy, tough week off the charts. I really did. So, yes, Donna H, you made it in. ICT Micro Time, let's go. All right, guys, let's run it. Marble race coming soon. We're going to do more fun races. Don't worry. But I had a lot to handle off the charts, unfortunately, this week. Not a whole lot of fun stuff. I was talking about it yesterday. I'm not going to get into it. But we will have marble races coming soon. I got a ton of new graphics and stuff for my streams coming up, for socials. I got a whole bunch of new cool stuff coming out for you guys. So we're going to have marble races. We're going to have even cooler transitions. It's going to be really legit. Right now, I'm just bouncing back and forth with websites, loading up duck races. But guess what, man? The odds are the same. The duck race, the marble race, whether it looks cool or doesn't look cool, we're here trading live, and you guys got chances to win accounts. All right. Let's go. Can I buy stock in RDF? Scott, we are going to the moon, bro. We are going to the absolute moon. You cannot buy stock in RDF, but you can hang out here every day and support me, and I will do my best to give back to you guys. Here we go. Let's go ahead and run it. Off to the races go the ducks. I don't want to see my duck to the end. Let's go. 2 minutes on the clock. Get the quacking ducks off to the races. Let's see who is going to take the early lead. Yeah, it seems like the ducks that are like way in the back come out of nowhere for the W. So we've had a couple of them hold the lead. Like there's been one or two for the whole last like 20, 30 seconds they were in the lead. So let's see. We got a pretty big spread on this one. That was much more tightly packed on the back end, but I'll announce it like a horse race towards the end. I was going horse last week when we did so many of them, but we're running it 2-pack today, guys. Pacing for the last sprint. Let's see it. Let's see it. Ducks in the chat. Yeah, you're all in, guys. I saw a couple last. Slow down, duck. Yeah, we had a whole bunch of them drop off now. Yeah, I don't know. You got a nice tight pack here coming in the last 60 seconds. Let's get it going. Here we go. Luan down on the bottom, or Lon, David, Tarj W, Luca S out front, Mark O, the snowman duck. I have no idea what type of duck Christina is up in the front. Razano, naked duck. Alan B, the cigar smoking duck, again out front. I don't know how he has the endurance, smoking a stogie all the way out to the front. Krasmir down on the bottom. Let's see, this is a tight pack. I don't even know who's in first right now. All right, we got the Christmas hat duck all the way out front. Alex L, Ali B, Julie G. Okay, here comes the breakout. We have some volatility coming into the duck market. Kirk A is the Superman duck. Roxy, the star duck. I can't even see who this is with the snapback hat. Oh, Roxy dropping off. 7 seconds to go. Out of nowhere, Kazra F looks like they're taking the W. Another come from behind W. I don't even know what kind of duck this is. I don't even know what kind of duck that is. But Kazra F, are you here? Are you here, Kazra F? I need you to claim this W. Let's see who it is. Guys, we ran the duck race 3 times on Monday before the first person claimed it. Let's see what your username is. Appreciate you guys hanging out. The duck races are awesome. Oh, it's Kaz Trades again? Oh, Kaz, are you in here? Kaz has won like twice already, man. Damn. Kaz Trades. I know you're in here, brother. You got to claim this one. The rules apply to everybody. Kazra F is taking the W, but we need him to claim this this W. It's a rooster or it's a chicken duck. Yeah, maybe. All right. Kaz, you are... I just don't want to hear the duck noise anymore. Kaz, are you in here? We need you to claim it. Oh my God, again, so close. Yeah, Kim's duck goes all the way to the front and then seems like to drop off. Andrew, I don't know where your one was. Rerun, I don't know. We're going to see. Kaz Trades. Where were you at, bro? I know you were on here. Filled the form out. I don't know, guys. What are we going to do? We're going to hang out all night and run the duck race? KM was close. Am I still there? Yeah, you guys are all still here. More. Yeah, I know. We all want more duck races. Kaz, I don't know that you're here, man. I don't know that you're in here. I think we might have to run it again, chat. I think we might have to run it. I don't know. Kaz Trades. Kick. YouTube. I'm not seeing it. Still got the snowflake hat. All right, if you guys are still here, I'm going to run one more. We're going to run it back, guys. There's a ton of you on Twitter. There's so many of you on Twitter. We're running duck races for prop firm accounts. If you guys don't know, we're giving out prop firm accounts like candy. If you guys are on Twitter, hop over to YouTube, hop over to Kick and get this one filled out. We're running it back. 2 minutes on the clock for the 25K Elite Challenge account, the price of a 25K Elite Challenge account. Here we go. The third duck race of the afternoon. We had a lot of ducks get stopped out on that last one. They hit MOC, and we had some take off on volatility. Let's see if we get another W on here. Let's see who gets it. Congrats, Kazra. We need to start running ducks mid-session to avoid taking stupid trades. Yeah, we'll have to do that. If the market's chopping around from now on, guys, and we're not doing anything, we're just gonna run duck races. Let's see who we got. I'll start announcing them a minute out. That's the game plan. Probably Discord. That's funny. Still got my snowflake hat on. Let's go. All right. Let's see who we got. David M out front. Got about a minute to go, man. We've had the breakout ducks. Nobody really has taken the lead like super early on and held it. So we got buy round W down on the bottom. Biblical, you're in second place right now, bro. You're right there. See, you didn't see your duck before. David M, Ali B, Van G, Christian O, Angela C, the strawberry duck. Looks like we got a tie for the lead so far. Christian O all the way out front. Byron holding strong down on the bottom. Michael S looks like the medieval duck, the gladiator duck. Alex P looking strong. All right, guys, coming into the final 20 seconds. Here comes the breakout. Who is it going to be? Round 3. All right, Roseanne. We got a bunch of naked ducks. Very aerodynamic. Roseanne, we had a conspiracy that it was only the naked ducks that were going to win. Brandon G, Luca S. Biblical down on the bottom. Brandon G. Oh, that looked like it was the breakout. Sharita out of nowhere. Sharita R, duck number 23, a naked duck out of nowhere. I'm going to find out what your name is. Are you here to claim it in chat? Sharita, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I pronounce everybody's names wrong. Let's see. Can we get the YouTube username? Who is it in chat? Are you here? I'm here. Mad Moxie. Oh, is it you? Hang on one second. Yeah, Mad Moxie with the W. Oh, let's go. We got the W. Congratulations to Mad Moxie. We ran 3 of them today. All right. Let me get rid of this, guys. Hang on. We're not running again. Everybody chill out. Nobody yell at me. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Let me get out of this. Remember, if you won, I will reach out to you at some point after this. We got so many people winning. I'm trying to keep up with it. So I'll reach out to you after this. Hit me in Discord. Hit me an email. Hit me somewhere. If I don't hit you up first, you will have a 25K Elite Challenge account coming from Top 1 Futures. If you didn't win, we're running these every day. I got 2 streams a day now, guys. 9:30 a.m. for NYSE Open and here at 3 p.m. for NYSE Close, a.k.a. Power Hour. We got accounts up for grabs, a ton of giveaways. I'll be doing more fun stuff coming up through the week. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, link is in the chat. 55% off, ends tomorrow. Not going to come back, in my humble opinion, for a while. I don't see it coming back really quick. If you want to check it out, I will throw the link in chat one more time. Code RDF gets you all the deal. We got ducks in the chat. We got W's in the chat. Mad congratulations to everybody. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me well past market close, but this was fun, really fun. Thanks for being here, guys. Quick disclaimer. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what you saw today, what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. See you guys in the morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, trading NYSE Open with a special guest. We had a special guest today. We got another special guest coming on. Talk to you guys soon. See you trading live tomorrow.